Yo, what is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. I'm here with Hellcat, the remake.
HellaDepraved.
And we are here with a Bingx reaction. So Bingx has dropped 2 tracks since the last time I reacted to him. I think he's making up for the week that he missed a track, because he was supposed to be releasing 1 track every week. Also, I want all of you independent artists to know you guys are all assholes. You have made my vacation a little more work heavy than I would have liked. Because if I wouldn't have gotten a lot of this stuff this week, next week would have been hell. No, I love you guys though, seriously. A lot of good music, especially today. Whew, it's been a good day, reaction-wise. But no, so Bingx has dropped 2 songs. We're covering the first one that he dropped out. I'll cover the other one probably Tuesday. We'll see. Because Vin also dropped something. Someone else did too. Vin, Bingx. There was a 3rd one that I was like, I'll get to it at some point.
This is our last recording of the day, so
yeah,
this is like number 7 or something.
Yeah, this is the 7th one we've recorded. One of them I will edit after this is done and post it, whereas the other 6 are for Monday specifically. So you will get a heavy dose of our cute faces.
Mine. No.
Anyways, so with that being said, this is Bingx. This is called How You Found Me. Oh, futuristic.
Okay.
As well as a couple hundred Goofy songs that I've missed because y'all are some assholes. I love you.
Hey, we are taking the opportunity to do a joint reaction, so.
True.
I mean, at least it worked out for that.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bingx, How You Found Me. Maybe it's a good relationship song that we can like compare to.
Just so everyone knows, this is probably one of my first Bingx songs.
No.
Really?
You remember the one with the elf in the forest? When the guy was chasing him? Chasing the elf?
Okay, well,
That's Bingx.
All right.
That was last week.
Second one.
Bingx is a great artist. You've heard him before on my lives as well.
I really enjoyed that one. I just, obviously, I don't know him to the point that I did not remember that was him.
Right.
So.
Hell of an artist, though. Hell of an artist. So this is Bingx, How You Found Me. We're going to slash it up and break it down. Again, Bingx, in my opinion, is one of the best overall, all-around artists. If I could compare him to anyone that you might know, it would be EP Music.
Okay.
In terms of he raps, he sings. Now, maybe not to the metal side that EP can do, but it's very... He's almost like a pop rap.
Okay.
So.
I really enjoyed the Elf in the Forest.
But yeah, so this is Bingx, How You Found Me. Let's go, baby.
I never been the type to sit around and be idle. Smart as hell, stay a student, I learn that shit is vital. But now I'm getting to the point where life is more than survival, and I can flourish through integrity and teach through recital. See, I'm a real...
Woo! And again, he's touching back on being a role model. This has been a common theme today. So I'm already liking the way this is going. Talking about he's finally set financially enough now that he can start doing the things that he wants to do to be a positive.
Right.
So.
Point where life is more than survival, and I can flourish through integrity and teach through recital. See, I'm a real G. That don't mean bringing a gun. Real gangsters give their word and you'll believe that it's done. Gangster shit is being loyal, staying humble and consistent. And I'm a G by parenting and teaching my son. Every person on this planet has a dream of being someone. They got a history, a childhood, and views of they self. With that in mind, we're all unique, so never try to be someone. The realest thing you'll ever do is just be true to yourself. That's on God.
Woo!
This is the group today. Y'all must be conspiring together.
Right.
Like, seriously. I enjoy the message in every other song. I'm enjoying his interpretation, his way of stating it as well.
It's literally like all of you guys got together. There's like this round table almost.
Right.
Like
you're like,
King Arthur round table. We'll go ahead and let King Blitz sit at the head because he's the only person with King in his name, right? So you got King Blitz, and you got everybody else at the round table.
Well, it is a round table. There is no head. You realize that, right? That's why it was drowned.
Well, I know that was the purpose, but let's be real. King Arthur was the king.
That's not the way it works. Yeah.
But no. So it's like you guys all got together and was like, hey, let us all do a song about society. Everyone have their own different take on it.
And how to be true to yourself, be a good role model. Bring kids in if you have them. I mean, again, I like how he is stating this himself. I really like the instrumentals behind.
Oh, Bingx always has amazing instrumentals. I don't know if he does them himself, though.
Absolutely amazing.
I know almost every other artist we listen to today, except for Dwayne, everyone else does their own beats. Okay. But Dwayne uses, well, I won't say uses, he has Dizzy mix his beats for him. So, yeah, everyone,
I really like the...
Except for Bingx. I'm not sure about Bingx. I can't say for sure if he did the beat or if somebody else did the mixing for him. I'm liking this song.
The message is great. Yeah.
And he's actually taking a more gangster approach to it, where he's talking about this is what being a G is.
Yeah,
this is what gangster is.
This is the real meaning, is the loyalty, the integrity.
Right.
Yeah.
Not this waving your gun in the air talking about I'm a bad motherfucker and taking drugs. No, I like this.
Never try to be someone. The realest thing you'll ever do is just be true to yourself. That's on God. Stigmas and stereotypes. Most don't have a real opinion. They just care to be right. Ask yourself if you believe the way you feel about something. Like, did you really do the research?
I feel like we should just be like, you guys want to know this Bingx? Refer back to.
Yeah, you guys want to know how we feel about this? Go watch Elijah Kyle's reaction we posted about 2 hours ago.
Everything has been about a 20-minute reaction so far because
it's the same.
Look, these messages are so important, and each artist has been amazing in expressing their own take on it. So we're getting lost in these philosophical conversations about societal pressures, cultural,
which we've been lost in before we even listened to the music. That's one of our many conversations we've had.
Yeah, multiple times. But yes,
Hey guys, I love you all.
This is amazing weird. Things, but it is kind of like, you guys got a phone tree,
right?
Like the soccer moms.
To be right. Ask yourself if you believe the way you feel about something. Like, did you really do the research to share an insight? I ain't judging, I just think outside the box and try to break the mold. Something you can't see inside a box. You just play your role. Always be responsive, not reactionary. Google proactive. You get one life and you can take control. The devil's lie, power is wealth. Out of your mind if you just out for yourself.
One of the things I liked is him talking about looking up the definition of proactive. So I actually get into a lot of arguments with almost every boss that I've ever worked for.
Doesn't surprise me.
Where I see a problem coming up and I tell them we need to act on it now. Because if we take the steps to stop it now, it won't be near as much of a problem when it arises and it gets here. We can just kind of make a smooth transition into whatever needs to be done. And every one of them, every time my answer is, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It's not a preemptive strike.
And it's like, why are we
reactionary? Why
are we so reactive instead of being proactive? Like, why are we not jumping out there to stop the problems before they become a problem?
And again, it goes back to a topic in one of our earlier reactions from today, or that we filmed today. And it's the whole kind of like thinking for yourself, but also getting really personal about a difference of opinion when somebody doesn't agree with you. I mean, he's talking more about kind of being a sheep instead of doing the research yourself. Look up what these words mean. Are these opinions really your own, or are you just following the masses? But again, when people have that difference of opinion, being so reactive to it versus realizing that they themselves are an individual, and as people, we should respect other people.
Right.
I really like how he's wording it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Y'all people in your common themes, though. I'm just saying, it's crazy, like weird crazy.
The devil's lie, power is wealth. Out of your mind if you just out for yourself. You'll find no power in pride, you'll find power in health. You empower your mind and you empower yourself, and that's a whole fact. Look deep in the message. I'm a student with a passion who can teach you a lesson. You're the architect of your imprisonment, but you got the keys, and being free is a blessing. Praise up, praise up.
And I like how he said that. You're the architect of your own imprisonment.
And you have the keys. Yes, I really like that he's like, you don't have to look outside of yourself to free your mind, to break free.
And my favorite overall lying theme that he kind of covered, because he kind of towards the beginning was talking about money is power, but then he turns it around. He says, no, knowledge is power.
Right.
Knowledge, because with the knowledge, you can get the money that you want.
Right.
But just having money doesn't make you smart.
Well,
and able to keep it. And
one of the quotes that I like the best, and it's just going to be a kind of synopsis of it, is the quote that the problem isn't that people are ignorant. It's that they only educate themselves enough to form an opinion on something or to follow other people's opinions on it. They don't actually put in the time to do the research on it, to actually get a firm bedrock for that opinion before they build it up into something that they take personally.
Right. Loving the song, Bingx.
Raise it up now. Raise up, raise it up now. Ain't nobody here can doubt me. That's why I don't focus on what's going on around me. You can never change me, I can say it proudly. This ain't who you made me, this is how you found me. No.
And I like how he's like, this is how you found me. This is the person I was.
This isn't how you made me. This is how you found me.
So he's always just been himself.
Right.
Although, to be completely honest, we're all made by our surroundings. It's just
Influenced
how we
by.
are influenced.
Yeah, definitely influenced by. But I have found as the years go on, and we've had this discussion, I don't find myself so much creating more layers anymore. I'm peeling them away. And I found that following the masses or trying to be something that I'm not in order to get approval or to fit in never worked for me anyway. And so as I've become more mature, as I've gotten older, it's all about peeling away those layers to be my authentic self. And then the people that I now have in my core group, you're included, but also like the pack of girls that are my tribe. That's how they found me.
Right. Now, side note, while it has nothing to do with this, Bingx I actually found through Dizzy 8. I was in a Dizzy 8 live stream, and he was talking about Bingx.
Okay.
And there were like a shit ton of people in the chat that was like, dude, you've never heard of Bingx? You should go check out Bingx. And I'm like, I have never even heard of the name Bingx. I've been doing this for 8 months. Never heard of the name. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, he mentions them, and then I've heard so many other people talk about Bingx now too. Whether it was like I've heard Dwayne Jackson mention him and so many others. And there's a lot of people that want to do music with the man.
Right.
For obvious fucking reasons, dudes.
I want to do music with him. I'm not an artist.
But yeah,
call me up.
I'd become a fan.
This is amazing.
I've become a fan.
And may I just say that his singing voice is just incredible. That was last week's the Elf one was mostly singing.
Yeah.
That was
I want to hear Bingx and Dizzy on a track together because both of them sing really well and both of them rap really well. And I think if they both got together for a more emotional track, kind of like this one, because that's what I feel like both of them kind of excel at, is the theological style of mindset when they're rapping.
Right.
Like
the
introspection and things like that. Because I went religious there. That's what. Yeah, never mind. They ignored me using
philosophical.
Philosophical is what I was looking for. Came out right.
That would be an orgasm.
Oh,
I'm
man.
here for it.
Dizzy, Bingx, make it happen.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I got some flaws of my own, I'm human. But strictly speaking, that's no fault of my own. I'm too emotional, my confidence is borderline arrogance. And I should spend more time with Tatum, but I get lost in my poems. I'm making a call, I wake up. One little thought can change us.
I'm guessing Tatum's his son. Because he says, I want to spend more time with Satan. Jesus, my kids are Satan. All right. Tatum, he says, I want to spend more time. I'm kidding again. My kids are actually really well behaved.
I'm guessing.
He says I want to spend more time with Tatum, but I'm lost in these poems talking about hip hop.
Right.
So.
I like that he's bringing in his flaws as well.
Right, because everybody's flawed. Nobody's perfect.
And when he said, strictly speaking, that's no fault of my own, it was more referring to the fact that he's human.
Right.
And that is not a fault of his own, but every human is flawed, and therefore
to error is
human.
More time with Tatum, but I get lost in my poems. I'm making a call, I wake up. One little thought can change us. Give it to God, work and be patient. Never get caught complacent. Look to your heart to lead you home. No matter the cost to pay cut. Is it our trials that define, or is it our thoughts that make us?
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I was referring
to. I think our trials start to form us, but it's up to us to take what is happening and turn it into, and help it form us into who we want to be.
And that's exactly the commentary that I was referring to when I was like, no, it helps shape us, but it's not what makes us. That's exactly.
I also find myself struggling with this in terms of not this song period, but the thing he said. I struggle with the same situation because he talks about wanting to spend more time with his son, but then the poems, he gets lost in his writing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way with YouTube. Like I want to spend more time with my kids, but I find myself getting lost in doing this, following the comments, good or bad, doesn't matter.
Right.
Twitter and things like that to promote and get my name out there. And honestly, I'm kind of hoping, at least for me, and I can almost bet he's probably thinking the same thing in terms of this, as hoping that our kids see stuff like this and see how hard we're working at what we're doing to chase our dreams. Especially if it gets to the point where it actually gets us to a place where we're successful, and down the line it can help with finances and supporting them. But more or less, I just want my kids specifically, to see the work ethic.
Right.
Because I'm telling you guys now, I work with a lot of younger, on a daily basis, a lot of younger, early 20s kids that have no fucking work ethic. They come in and think they're just supposed to be able to stand around and do absolutely nothing all day. It's like,
I lose my every fucking mind. I could not do it. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of patience. Which is strange to say because for those of you that, well, most of you won't know, I almost completed a BS in psychology in order to be a counselor, probably for abuse victims. So I do have a certain type of patience. Definitely patience for my tribe, my friends, but not for people who just want to fuck off. Entitlement is not a thing that looks pretty on anybody. I just don't. I have very little tolerance for it. But yeah, it would be nice to have that role model position fulfilled for your kids, and probably that too. Poetry and writing is easy to get lost in, though.
Right. For more on her writing style, check out episode 3 of the Broken Halos podcast. I talked deeply about it, actually.
I wake up, one little thought can change us. Give it to God, work and be patient, never get caught complacent. Look to your heart to lead you home, no matter the cost to pay cut. Is it our trials that define, or is it our thoughts that make us? I've been around the world, I've been in bad deals and good ones, but through it all, I've always took the time to just laugh. I've been overlooked and underneath the thumb of people who would shake my hand while secretly they held a knife to my back. I've been stepped on, booted out, and told to kick rocks. Yet my feet found purchase on the pride of my craft. So you can tell me how it is, but know as long as I'm breathing, I'll manifest my own vision. I define where I'm at. God's path, for me this is it. Invest in your passion and believe in your gifts. Everybody dies, so find a reason to live. And always speak with your mind before you speak with your fist. I ain't out here trying to change.
Thank you.
Ongoing conversation again, but the way that you worded that, yeah.
I'm gonna say it one more time, real quick.
This is it. Invest in your passion and believe in your gifts. Everybody dies, so find a reason to live.
That was the one I forgot because again, my memory's not as great.
Before this line, even he says he always finds a reason to laugh.
Right.
Which is part of our personal philosophy.
And I just also love the thought process: before you die, find a reason to live. Like, Again, I've referenced this guy several times today. Prince A has a wonderful spoken word poem about living is not necessarily living is different from surviving. So many people are just clawing to make it to barely edge out, but they're not really taking the time to live.
Yep.
And now it's not always necessarily their fault. There are a lot of underlying circumstances as far as jobs, how much they pay, things like that. But just try to find a way, more or less, really strive for the things you want, but also learn to find humility in what you've got.
And humor.
And humor's a big one.
And humor. I mean, again, this goes back to a conversation we just had in a different reaction that we filmed, which is the whole process of, I think it was started at least with Dwayne Jackson's, but it's the whole thought process of getting lost in the future that has become this huge problem, as I see it at least, for humanity. We forget to live day to day for the moment because we have the end goal in our minds. Right. So you never know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, a week from now. Right. And if you don't find the time right now to enjoy the small things, to find humor, to enjoy your creativity, to stand for yourself, spend time with your kids, you might not have that chance and you'll get lost in the future.
Who that? Oh, and then he goes on, like I says, to fight with your mind, don't speak with your fist.
Well, yeah, before you, always.
I think that's how you word it, fight with your mind before you speak with your fist, because if you think about it, you speak with your mind, fight with your fist, but you reverse the words on purpose.
Yes, to make a point.
To make a point, because too many people are quick to raise hands, or a gun for that matter,
right,
when they have issues instead of just talking them through. And a lot of times you can actually find there's a lot more common ground between the person you're fighting with and who you are. Like you find a lot more common ground than you'd think with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And always speak with your mind before you speak with your fist. I ain't out here trying to change or rearrange the way he made you. I just think that you could benefit from lessons I've learned. I've tested a surf where life just get progressively worse, but the vessel is turned and I'm surfing through these blessings I've earned. Like, praise up, praise us, praise it up now. Raise up, raise love, raise it up now. Ain't nobody here can doubt me. That's why I don't focus on what's going on around me. You can never change me, I can say it proudly. This ain't who you made me, this is how you found me. No, no, no.
I can't wait to listen to his next one.
It's really good.
That was probably his son.
Right.
Oh, man. That was a damn good song.
I like the whole, at the very end, he refers back to almost the exact same metaphor that he used in the beginning of being a student who can use his experience to try and help other people along their own path. And then he used, two marine type examples where he's tested the surfs, but something about the vessel.
I also like how he talks about being a positive influence on people, and he leaves the track off with him going to his kid. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where you got to start.
Again,
start
where he started.
Kids. Right. So, man.
He brought it back full circle with the student, his son, the whole.
Damn good song.
Really
damn good theme for the day, apparently. Jesus. This is going to be another 25-minute reaction. It's okay, though.
All like us.
25. We're 24 and a half minutes. So I guess we'll end it here. Sorry for all the super long reactions today, guys. Again.
Not sorry?
Yeah, but not really. I mean.
We enjoyed them. We enjoyed our conversations. We really enjoyed these talks, guys.
It's been a great day. of music.
Yeah.
Again, I just think it's funny where usually like even with Bingx, usually anytime there's 2 tracks from an artist, I will cover the newest one because it's the newest one.
Right.
Before I go check out the old stuff. But I was like, no, go ahead and check out the one I missed from 5 days ago first. And it happens to line up with everything. And Blitz has just dropped tonight. Elijah
Right.
Kyle's was like 2-3 days ago. So it's one of those things where it's like
They didn't all hit at the exact same time, and yet they're pretty much all on the same concept, if not the same subject.
Right, same mindset.
Yeah.
And even Dwayne's, while his was probably a little bit different in overall theme and overall conversation, still ties in a lot with what everyone else said too.
Oh, very much so.
So
I mean, while it was more of a like introspective, philosophical debate with himself, it still tied in. He used a lot of the same references, metaphors. Right. Yeah.
So again, between Dwayne, Blitz, Elijah, and Bingx, it's 4 tracks that, like, and I'm telling you guys, like, I swear they're conspiring. I don't know what on.
Right.
They're all putting out like similar tracks.
Putting out amazing.
I need all 4 of you guys to get together. Maybe this is like a thing to come. All 4 of them.
Can we just have a cipher?
Yes. Izzy can get on there.
Yeah, you can just agree on the subject matter.
Crypt, if you watch this, because I know you're not going to, but if you happen to stumble across this video, brother, you need a serious cipher set up where it's like everybody being more introspective, be it an introspective YouTube cipher.
And these are cultural, societal questions, problems,
right.
You know, talking about role models and how they want to be presented to society as a whole, the face that they want to show, and what they want this path in their lives to do for other people. I mean, that's all of them have some approach to that, and it just so happens that a lot of them touch on the same subjects. I would watch a half-hour cipher for that.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to react to it, though. People would be like, dude, are you serious? This motherfucker just put out an hour and a half long fucking reaction.
We could do it in 4 parts.
I would have to.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that is going to do it. If you guys like the video, be sure to slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below. What did you think of Elijah Kyle? Bingx, not Elijah Kyle. Jesus, that's what I get for talking to him. Bingx.
That's what they get for all talking about the same thing.
Right. How you found. Also, be sure to comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to see us react to. HellaDepraved is here. Also, be sure to check the description below for my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and BitChute, as well as the original link to this video. You'll also find I'll be sure to go hop on over, check out Bingx's YouTube page. Leave a sub, leave a like, tell them Depraved sent you. Check the description below also for the YouTube, and they're not YouTube, the Vibe and Bar Discord links, as well as their YouTube channels. The Discord is where you can find us and chat with us, as well as other artists and reactors and fans alike.
We are in the bar voice chat quite a bit.
The bar YouTube channels, again, where you can find Broken Halos, as well as way other things. I mainly just promote Broken Halos because of this person right here. But there are other things, music breakdowns, interviews with artists, things like that.
There's a fair amount of diversity, and independent artists are, again, the main focus. But the podcast that he's talking about is the Broken Halos, where their Thursday nights premieres are at 7 p.m. Eastern. We try and keep him locked up for those. If you're there for the premiere, or I do, at least, you know. If you're there for the premieres, we do try and make the live chats. At least 2 out of the 3 girls are normally there, and Depraved is normally there as well.
Anyways, guys, that is going to do it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
Thanks, Bingx.
Cannot wait to see you Depraved people later. Peace.